Section 85 of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, translated by Courtney Langdon. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Paradiso, Canto 18, the fifth heaven, Mars, the spirits of heroes. The sixth heaven, Jupiter, the happiness of justice.
That blessed mirror was enjoying now its thoughts alone, and I was tasting mine, tempering their sweetness with their bitterness, when that same lady who was leading me to God said,
"Change thy thought. Recall that near I am to who unburdens every wrong."
I turned me at my comfort's loving voice, and in her holy eyes what kind of love I then beheld, I here refrain from saying; not only since mine own words I distrust, but since my mind can not return so far above itself, unless another guide it. This only of that moment can I tell, that my affection, while I gazed at her, was freed from longing for all other things, as long as joy eternal, which directly shone on Beatrice, with its reflected aspect, was from her lovely face contenting me. Conquering me with the splendour of a smile, she said,
"Turn round and hark, for paradise is not exclusively within my eyes."
As our affection here is seen at times upon our countenance, if such it be that our whole spirit is thereby absorbed, so, in the flaming of the blessed effulgence to whom I turned, I recognized his wish to have a little further talk with me.
"In this fifth threshold of the tree,"
it then began,
"which from its summit draws its life, always bears fruit, and never loses leaves, are blessed spirits, who before they came to heaven enjoyed so great a fame below that every muse would be thereby enriched. Gaze therefore at the cross's arms, and he whom I shall name will there perform the act, which in a cloud its own swift fire performs."
I saw a splendour drawn along the cross at Joshua's name, the moment it was uttered. Nor did I note the name before the deed. And at great Maccabeus' name I saw another spirit whirling as he moved, and gladness was the whip that turned the top. Likewise at Charlemagne's and Roland's names my gaze intently followed two of them, as doth a falconer's eye his flying bird. Then William afterward, and Renoir, Duke Godfrey next, and Robert Guiscard drew my sight along that cross. And then, moving and mingling with the other lights, the soul which had addressed me showed how great an artist 'mong heaven's choristers he was. Round to my right I turned me to behold in Beatrice my duty signified by speech or act, and I beheld her eyes, so joyous and so clear that what she seemed surpassed her other and her latest wont. And as because of feeling more delight in doing good, a man from day to day perceiveth that his virtue is increasing, even so, on seeing that that miracle was fairer now, I noticed that the arc of my revolving with the heavens had grown. And as within a little space of time a lady turneth white, whene'er her face rids itself of the burden of its shame, such to mine eyes the change, when I had turned, through the white colour of the temperate sixth star, which had received me in itself. I saw within that jovial torch of light the sparkling of the love contained in it, shaping our language forth before mine eyes. And even as birds on rising from the shore, as if in gratulation at the food they've found, form groups, now round, and now of other shapes, thus holy creatures in those lights were singing, as here and there they flew, and with their forms made of themselves now D, now I, now L. Each singing to its note, they moved at first. Then, on becoming one of these same letters, they stopped a little while, and silent kept. O thou divine Pegasian muse, that glorious dost make men's genius, and dost render it long-lived, as it through thee doth towns and realms, so shed thy light on me, that I may here describe their figures even as I perceived them. In these brief verses let thy power appear. They then displayed themselves in consonants and vowels 5 times 7, and as their parts seemed to be said to me, I noted them. Diligite justitiam were first verb and noun of all that was depicted there. Qui judicatis terram were the last. Then in the 5th word's M they so remained arranged, that Jupiter seemed silver there, pricked out with gold. And other lights I saw descend upon the summit of the M, and rest there, singing, I believe, the good which draws them to itself. Then, as when logs are struck while burning, endless sparks fly up, whence fools are wont to draw their auguries, more than 1,000 lights appeared to rise, and upward move, some much, and some a little, even as the sun, which setteth them on fire, allotted them. And when they quiet were, each in its place, an eagle's head and neck I saw portrayed by that outstanding fire. He who paints there hath none to be his guide, but is his own guide, and from him derives the instinct which is formative in nests. The other blessed ones, who at first appeared content to form a lily on the M, went slowly on to shape the eagle's form. O gentle star, what and how many gems proved to me that our justice here results from that heaven's influence which is gemmed by thee! I therefore pray the mind, wherein thy motion and virtue start, that it may so regard the source, whence comes the smoke which spoils thy rays, that it may now a second time be wroth with sale and purchase in that temple's court, whose walls were built with blood and martyrdom. O soldiers of the heaven I contemplate, pray ye for those that are on earth, all gone astray behind the bad example there. War was once carried on with swords, but now by taking here and there that bread away, the pitying Father keepeth locked from none. But thou that writest but to cancel, think that Peter and Paul, who for that vineyard died, which thou art laying waste, are still alive. Well mayst thou say, so set is my desire on him, whose will it was to live alone, and for a dance was led to martyrdom, that I know neither fisherman nor Paul.
End of Paradiso Canto 18.